There is a road in Trinidad that men have walked for generations without incident. A long road, dark on both sides. The sugarcane pressing in close, the sky barely visible above, the village behind you, and the next one still a long way ahead. You have walked this road before. You know every bend in it. But tonight something is different. There is a woman standing in the road ahead of you. She's alone. She's dressed in a way that makes no sense for the hour or the place. An elaborate long dress, white gloves, a wide-brimmed hat, tilted just enough to shadow her face. She smells of flowers. Something underneath the flowers that you cannot quite name, but do not want to think about too carefully. She turns when she hears you approach, and she smiles. In Trinidad, they call her La Diablesse. The name is French Creole. It translates simply as the she-devil. But that translation does not begin to capture what she actually is. She is not a devil in the way a church would describe one. She is something older than that. Something that existed in West African spiritual tradition long before French colonizers arrived with their religion and their roads and their sugarcane fields. She is a test, walking toward you on a dark road, wearing the face of everything you already wanted. La Diablesse is found across Trinidad, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Saint Lucia, and Dominica. Wherever French Creole culture took root in the Caribbean, wherever African spiritual traditions survived the colonial world it was forced into, she is there. Different islands give her slight variations. The core of her never changes. She is always beautiful. She is always alone. She is always on a road at night, and she is always looking for a specific kind of man. Not any man. The man who is already somewhere he should not be. The man traveling alone on a dark road at an hour that raises questions. Coming from somewhere he cannot name out loud. Going somewhere that has no good explanation. The man whose presence on that road at that hour is itself already a choice he made that he cannot fully justify. La Diablesse does not appear to men living honestly. She does not appear to men whose conscience is clean enough that a beautiful woman on a dark road would make them stop and ask why she is out here alone, rather than simply follow her. She appears to the man whose desire has already made him careless, and she follows the scent of that carelessness the way something in the dark always knows exactly where the weak places are. She walks beside him, not in front, not behind, beside him, close enough that he can smell the flowers, close enough that the dress brushes his leg as they walk. She speaks softly. She laughs at the right moments. She makes the road feel shorter than it is. He does not think about where she came from. He does not think about why she is out here. He does not look down. If he looked down, he would see it. One human foot, one cloven hoof, hidden beneath the long dress, half visible at the hem if the moonlight catches it right. The one detail she cannot fully conceal. The one thing that would tell him exactly what is walking beside him. But he does not look down. He is too busy looking at everything else. She leads him off the road, into the bush, into the cane, into the places where the road no longer exists, and the village behind him is too far away to matter. The landmarks he knew disappear. The path he could have walked in his sleep becomes something he does not recognize. And then she is gone. Not dramatically, not with any announcement, just gone. He's standing alone in a place he does not know, in the dark, with no road visible in any direction. The men who survive La Diablesse are found hours later, sometimes the next morning, miles from where they should be, confused in a way they cannot fully explain, unable to account for the time. Some of them are never found. There are accounts in Trinidad told at tables in lowered voices of men who came home from encounters with La Diablesse, changed in ways their families could see but not name. A distance in the eyes, flinching at certain hours of the night. A man who used to walk that road without hesitation, who now will not leave the house after dark for any reason. Whatever she showed them in those hours, they were lost. Whatever is on the other side of following her off that road. They carried it back with them and never put it down. Her roots go back further than Trinidad. In West African spiritual traditions, the Yoruba, the Fon, the Akan, there exist female spiritual entities whose function is to test men, to appear in a form that activates desire and observe what a man does with it when he believes no one is watching, whether he follows his wanting into places it should not go. These figures were not evil in the Western sense. They were instruments of a moral order that believed desire unchecked by wisdom was dangerous, not just to the man, but to the community around him. When that tradition arrived in French Creole Trinidad, it merged with Catholic imagery, the devil, the cloven hoof, the soul led astray, and La Diablesse emerged. She carries both worlds inside her, neither one fully, both at once. The women who pass this story down, grandmother to daughter, mother to daughter, generation after generation of women in Caribbean communities, were not passing down simple superstition. They were passing down a truth about the world they lived in. In those communities, women had very little formal power. The husband's behavior was socially tolerated in ways that caused real damage to real families. The harm of a wandering man was ongoing and unaddressed by any official system. The church offered forgiveness, the law offered nothing. The community looked away. La Diablesse did not look away. La Diablesse found the man on the road and took him somewhere he could not come back from the same. She delivered the consequence that nothing else would deliver. And the women who told her story told it with a particular kind of knowing that anyone paying attention could hear underneath the warning. There is a reckoning. It may not come from the places you expect it, but it comes. Now, the protections. Turn your clothing inside out. This is the most widely cited protection against La Diablesse across every island that carries her story. If something feels wrong about the woman walking beside you, if the flowers smell slightly off, if the hat never quite lets you see her face, if she has not looked directly at you even once, you turn your clothing inside out. This breaks her power. She disappears. The inside-out protection connects to something deeper in African diaspora spiritual tradition. Reversing the natural order of something disrupts the spiritual force acting on it. The down had backwards feet, signaling its between worlds nature. Turning your clothing inside out creates your own reversal, a counter to hers. It signals that you have seen through the surface to what is underneath, and that knowledge alone is enough to end her hold on you. The second protection is simpler and older than any ritual. Look down. The hoof is always there. She cannot fully hide it. The dress can cover most of it, but not all of it. Not if you're actually looking at what is in front of you rather than only at what you want to see. The protection against La Diablesse is the same discipline that protects against every beautiful, dangerous thing. The willingness to look at the whole picture rather than only the parts that are pleasing, and stay on the road. As long as you remain on the road, living rules apply. The moment you leave the road with her, you have entered her territory, and the road no longer exists in any direction. La Diablesse is still talked about in Trinidad, not as ancient history, as living caution, as the kind of story a grandmother tells not to frighten, but to arm. She does not look like what she is. She never has. That is the oldest kind of warning there is. Pay attention to what walks beside you. Pay attention to what you cannot see beneath the surface of what you are following. Pay attention to where the road ends and where something else begins. And if you are on a dark road at night and a beautiful woman appears from nowhere smelling of flowers, look down first.